Hey everybody, it's Dale.
This is Eric.
And Eric, I'd like to take a moment before the show starts to tell everybody about our Patreon page.
Okay, Dale.
Patreon is a way that you can voluntarily and easily and automatedly, is that a word? I just precedented it. It's an automated subscription service that's totally optional, but it's a way that people can donate to the show with a cap.
Yeah,
right?
I've actually heard, you could specify whatever amount that you would like to give per episode, and you could specify a cap so that, if you reach your cap, you don't donate anymore, but you still, receive the episodes as you normally would.
And for anybody who doesn't know what the what Patreon is, totally, if you think about Kickstarter, it's like Kickstarter, but for an ongoing thing. Where Kickstarter is for a one-time project, but Patreon enables you to support ongoing digital production of online content.
Yes.
So the shows are always going to be free.
Yes. But for those who want to contribute, you do have that option there and are eligible for other benefits and other things that we would call kickbacks or whatever that we would give towards supporting us.
All right. I think that would be fun.
Yay.
All right. In the meantime, people can also support us by liking us on Facebook.
They could also use our Amazon affiliate link.
Which would be awesome. They could actually just click on that link and buy whatever they were going to buy anyway.
Yep. And it costs them nothing extra.
Oh, that's fantastic.
It's fun.
I think I'm going to do it right now.
Okay.
I'll do that after I leave a 5-star review at iTunes.
Yes, because leaving a review on iTunes actually makes us better searchable or more searchable in the pod
search
thing.
All right, well, all of that sounds fantastic, Eric. How'd you like to listen to a new episode of the Transformers Beast Wars podcast?
Sounds good, Dale.
All right, here we go. Hey everybody, this is Dale.
And this is Eric.
And this is the Transformers Beast Wars podcast.
Which you can find at OptimusPrimecast.com.
This week we are on episode number 10.
Guerrilla Warfare.
Written by Greg Johnson.
And directed by James Boshier.
Scorponok tries to infect Optimus with a virus meant to change him into a coward, but it changes the gorilla into a battle-hungry maniac instead.
My alternate title for this episode is You Won't Like Me When I'm Angry.
My alternate title is Now Who's Got Something Stuck to Them? Or alternate title, Dinobot Gets His Wish.
Be careful of what you wish for.
Get it off!
So yeah, we this is okay. So we open up the episode where Optimus Prime and Dinobot. Optimus Prime.
I know we do it really bad, and we're probably going to get lots of comments about it.
We're going to make mistakes, guys. I'm sorry, especially me, since it's first time. I'm used to first gen. In any case, so we have Primal and Dinobot surveying the area, just on a nature walk.
Yeah, they're on a nature walk. They're on this beautiful, idyllic waterfall.
and Dinobot is just complaining like an old woman.
Yeah, and Optimus is looking at a flower.
Pardon my lack of enthusiasm for a bunch of worthless weeds.
That's trapped under a rock.
Which, oddly enough, is eerily similar to Audrey 2 from Little Shop of Horrors.
Yeah. There are at least 2 other horror movie references in this episode. We will get to them.
Okay. All right, but so yeah, they're going through and they're
doing science.
They're doing science. They're taking a look at their surroundings, and Dinobot's like, "What's the point of being out here? This is ridiculous."
You realize that we are targets out here. Targets!
And Primal's like, "Well, come on, Dinobot. You as a soldier should know that you should survey your surroundings, get to know your surroundings and what's in the area that you can use
that
to
your advantage."
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So Dinobot's like, "Okay, fine. You know what? Fine. All right. You want to look at this flower? All right. Move out of the way. I'm gonna blast this rock away from it."
Yeah, because it's trapped under that rock. And Optimus is like, "Hold on." He's gonna get out his Zen monkey on. So he reaches down and grabs a little rock that's holding up the big rock and rolls it out of the way.
And it crushes the flower. I was waiting for that to happen.
Oh, yeah, that would have been pretty good. Yeah, that would have been pretty good.
But it doesn't. It doesn't. So the rock falls out of the way.
The lesson we learn is that there are nonviolent solutions to some of life's problems, Dinobot. And you really should keep an eye out for those.
The more you know.
To which how does Dinobot respond to that? He just doesn't care. He's like,
he doesn't.
Look,
He's like,
we do too much thinking.
Yeah, we should be focusing on battle strategies.
Yeah. He's like, we're doing battle strategies and preparing raids and getting resources and
then stopping, opposed to stopping and smelling the roses or whatever the heck this thing is, and then he hisses at the flower. And then this
and then he walks away.
Yeah, this plant kind of like looks at him or moves in a way that is like, okay, this thing obviously knows what's going on.
Yeah.
So then he looks away and starts walking off, and the best scene ever happens.
The plant puckers up, opens his mouth, and spits this crabapple-looking thing at Dinobot.
Yeah, this spiny thing, and it lodges at like the base of his skull. Where he can't reach it.
He's like, you got tiny dinosaur arms.
Yeah. So like he goes like, get it, I can't get it.
I can't reach it.
Get it up.
Get it up!
And you need to watch this scene. Absolutely, YouTube it. Even just go to this episode, go to this section, and just watch it because the expression on his face, coupled with the voice acting,
eyes are bugging out.
it's just so
freaking
amazing.
out.
I cracked up hysterically at this scene. Even the third time watching this scene, it was just like, oh my god, this is hilarious. Watching it with Dale a moment ago, it was like I was cracking up moments before. Like Dale had to pause, like, dude, what's up? You okay? I'm like, oh my god, no, just play it. Just over here,
thing, yeah.
Oh my god, that is great. So,
oh man, I should snip that MP3 and use it as my new ringtone. Get it up! Oh, he just loses his mind.
Yeah, he loses his mind. He flips out, and like Dinobot, Dinobot's like freaking out, and Primal is like, "Oh, come here, I'll help you with that." Oh, well, at least we learned something about this play, didn't we? Yeah. And then Dinobot's like, "Yeah, of course."
From now on, I shoot my dinner salad before I eat it.
But he's a meat eater. So...
Yeah, I know. So he's not ever going to.
Yeah, so you're just gonna, Why would you shoot that salad?
I don't know.
We've learned something.
You're not gonna eat it.
To be polite.
I guess. It's like you go to the buffet. I'm taking this. I'm not going to eat it. I'm just going to take it because I paid for
it. Take it for target practice. And then this is when Scorponok shows up.
Yeah, Scorponok shows up. And he's all like, surprisingly, pretty badass about this. Like, he ambushes Primal and Dinobot.
Successful solo mission.
I know.
Successful solo mission.
And
you know what? A note about like the way that this episode looked. This was a surprisingly high-def looking episode. I don't know if you noticed it, but I'm watching it, and right about this scene, looking at the shine on Scorponok's shell, I was like, you know what? This is looking a little bit better. I think they sold some Tigatron action figures because it's starting to look better.
Yeah, the quality is definitely, especially with this episode. There's a lot of things that we're going to get to. The scenes and the way that it's shot, the way that it's rendered.
Dude, the lighting in this episode.
Absolutely
the lighting
great.
was killer in this.
Absolutely great. In any case, so we have Scorponok ambushing Primal and Dinobot, starts shooting at them. He's under this. He's basically in the water behind cover of this small rock.
The waterfall is U-shaped. There is a rock. There is a big stone splitting the waterfall into two waterfalls.
Okay.
And that's where Scorponok is. Isn't he?
Oh, okay. I think so.
Yeah, he is. He's over there. It provides him with a little bit of cover.
Yeah, but at the same time, we have Primal and Dinobot under good cover. And it's like, you guys can't take care of Unibrow over here? I mean, what the heck, you know? I mean...
Well, he got the drop on him, and he pinned Dinobot under a boulder.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that was great. Like, I mean, he's shooting, and then all of a sudden, like, he shoots this rock behind Dinobot, and the thing starts falling. Prime lets out this yell, Dinobot! Dinobot!
Yes, he does.
And then there's this, like, huge crunch, and Dinobot is pinned underneath this rock.
Now who's got something stuck to their back? Again, with something stuck to you, right?
So he gets pinned.
With Dinobot pinned underneath a boulder, he's pretty much of no use to Optimus Primal, who is now one-on-one with Scorponok.
Yeah, and Dinobot, with Dinobot pinned, of course Optimus Primal is going to, not concentrate on the enemy, but he's going to go help out his comrade. So he starts running after Dinobot to go help him out. And what happens?
We learn a new word.
I have a special cyber beat just for you, Optimus Primal.
Cyber Bee.
Cyber Bee.
Yep. Scorponok. He says, I have a special Cyber Bee just for you.
Yeah.
As if we know what a Cyber Bee is. I suppose, like, it's pretty much explained to us just by looking at what happens next. A bug shoots out of his other claw.
Yeah, his claw. Which oddly enough, just kind of looks like a fly. It
looks more like a housefly. Yeah, I got a cyber housefly. But that's too many syllables.
It is.
Yeah.
I have a cyber housefly just for you. It doesn't really work out.
Nah.
But...
Shoots right at Optimus Primal.
And following the canon up to this point, when something is flying at you,
you don't move out of the way.
Don't move out of the way. Mm-hmm. You just take it.
Yeah. So you're like, this is what we're doing.
This is gonna happen.
I guess yeah.
So Primal takes it right in the chest.
Yep, and it sticks to him.
Yeah, it sticks to him. Like, a face hugger.
Yeah, very face. Oh my god, that's another horror movie reference.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like an alien face hugger from the Alien trilogy.
Yep, stuck to Optimus Primal's body.
Yeah.
Right to his chest, and then Dinobot breaks out of his...
Dinobot breaks out of the rock and starts shooting at Scorponok, which... Oddly enough, loosens up, I guess, the cover that he's on under, and I guess he's straddling a log.
Oh, yeah. He ends up falling over he ends up going over Niagara Falls.
Yeah, he goes over Niagara Falls on a log.
Yeah.
And that's the last that we kind of see of Scorponok for that scene.
Yeah, that's that scene. And then we're going to the Axalon now.
Well, we're left with that scene ending, like, he falls over the edge, and then... Primal is not doing good, like with this thing attached to his chest. Dinobot's like, oh no, okay. And then he takes him back to the Axalon. And then we have this big like switch where we see Dinobot kind of feeling very, very remorseful over what happened.
And Cheetor is not okay with what happened.
You were supposed to be his backup.
Yeah, and everyone's kind of... in a roundabout way, going, dude, what the hell's your problem? You were supposed to be taking care of this. Like,
yeah,
what happened?
Rhinox is trying to get to the bottom of it, and then Rat Trap is uncharacteristically level-headed.
Yeah,
he said, yeah, Rat Trap, yeah, Cheetor is not okay. Rat Trap says, cool it.
Yeah, they start going at each other, like getting at each other's throats about like whose fault it is and what happened and everything. And Rat Trap,
don't come at me about my duties.
Yeah, and Rat Trap, of course, is at that point. It's like, hey, guys, settle down.
Save it for my birthday.
Save it for my birthday. But yeah, so like he's kind of having a little bit of fun, but he's trying to lighten the mood, basically.
Yeah, let's get everybody refocused on what we really do have to worry about now. Rhinox, would you fill us in on what is going on with this thing that is stuck to Optimus's chest? Yeah.
So what ended up happening is like while all this is going on, they put him in the restoration chamber. Yeah. And Rhinox is doing diagnostics basically on what is going on with Primal. Sorry. But yeah, what's going on with Primal? So they're finding out. You have Rhinox giving exposition here, basically saying that this thing is attached to his chest and has wired itself into his life support functions.
Yeah, and it's taking them into itself.
Yeah, and taking them into itself. So we can't remove it.
If we remove it, it's going to blow.
If we remove it, he's going to die.
And then it's going to
blow up.
In the meantime, it is carrying a virus.
Yeah. So we are...
This is a very well-constructed...
Yeah. I mean
this is a very threatening thing.
Mad props to Scorponok for getting that put together. I mean, come on. Seriously. But
those Predicons are a bunch of science nerds over there, man.
Yeah.
They're a whole bunch of, like, inventors.
I can't help but root for that, though.
Yeah, I know.
I dig the science, man.
Yeah, they're a likable villain.
Yeah, absolutely.
Collectively.
And this is where we see the similarities in between the facehugger from Aliens.
Like, yeah.
Because like
we can't take it off. It might kill him.
We can't take it off. It'll kill him. Like it's
the acid blood's gonna come. Yeah, it's choking him. The acid blood's gonna come out. It's ventilating him. If it stops being a ventilator, they're gonna suffocate. If we cut it, the acid blood's gonna burn their face off, and they're gonna die anyway.
Yeah, it's really like I don't know, really awesome stuff.
Yes,
and like this episode,
it's a lot of candy for people that are older watching the show. Because 10-year-olds ain't seen Aliens.
Yes. Or watching the show after the fact.
Yeah. Yeah, going back and catching something that you didn't see before.
Absolutely. Or seeing it for the first time like I am.
Yeah. Yeah.
Props to me.
Yes.
But Dinobot starts kind of giving some more exposition in regards to this device that is attached to itself to Prime.
Yeah, he's like, this is definitely Scorponok's. Scorponok's,
yeah. Which I find funny because he saw Scorponok shoot it.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't he take it? It's like, oh, well, this must be pterosaurs.
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, it could have been, we haven't seen Scorponok be set up as an inventor yet. So he's talking about Scorponok's
devices in the past, and this is the device's intention was to make Prime a inferior leader
into a cowardly
leader to lead them
virus.
to lead them to
a doomed mission to retrieve the antivirus.
So when he leads his misguided mechanoids on a futile raid for this antivirus, it will be their final battle in the Beast Wars.
But yeah, so we have
at that moment, Optimus Primal decides to shoot his way.
Not even shoot. He starts just beating his way out of this regeneration chamber, which is phenomenal. Like, I mean, absolutely. Getting back to the lighting, the direction, the shots of this episode are phenomenal.
Yeah.
So like he's busting his way out of this thing. He bursts out.
The tension is building really good,
and
appropriately paced.
At this point, when Prime busts out, I have to say this is absolutely amazing voice acting, where it seems that this voice actor is believable. Mm-hmm. Like the emotions conveyed in his voice.
Oh yeah,
like everything are just so strong and there, and you believe every single word and feeling that this person has.
He's got conviction.
It's borderline that I think maybe they got the voice actor super drunk and angry.
Yeah, well, his first line when he comes out is, "Who wants some?
Who wants some? Don't you dare touch this!"
He gets a little Evil Dead on it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
A little Army of Darkness.
Yeah, and he starts like screaming and yelling and like, oh my god, it was just such a powerful presence, such a powerful performance.
Optimus Primal is rough and tough right now, and he is an intimidating character, and really for the first time, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
For the first time, he is like totally not the character that we are used to, and this is what Dinobot was asking for at the beginning.
Yeah, absolutely. This is what Dinobot was asking for, and as far as like showing us, the viewer, how much power Prime actually has.
Yeah.
What he is capable of.
Mm-hmm.
There's a saying that you say that there's two sides to every person.
Mm-hmm.
The person that they show you and the person that they hide away and seclude. Mm-hmm. And in this episode, you see what Prime has suppressed of his nature, because this isn't a virus or anything that makes him aggressive. Mm-hmm. It basically just kind of allows those feelings, allow those actions to kind of just come out unrestricted. And you see him like, you know what? I'm gonna take you all on. I'm gonna beat you. What are you doing, cheater? No, back away. I'm gonna
get off of me. Let me at him.
Yeah, and this is where we start having like this kind of like Dinobot's like, hey, you know what? This might not be all that bad.
Let him go. Let's see where this is.
Yeah.
Let's see where this takes us.
Oh, let him finish.
Yeah.
And then there's a quiet moment where
while we're coming up on the quiet moment during this bit, Dinobot is telling us that Scorponok is notorious for screwing this kind of thing up.
Yeah, because everyone's like, "Well, I thought you said he was going to be weak and peaceful and docile and a coward."
Yeah.
And I was like, well,
Scorponok kind of sucks in science.
Yeah. You can't science well, that guy.
Cheetor plays Bumblebee. Mm-hmm. It says Big Bot. No.
He gets really concerned.
Yeah.
About everything,
and this quiets Optimus down when he hears Cheetor pleading.
Yeah,
is there any of the old Optimus left in there?
Well, he doesn't say that until
he doesn't say that yet,
but it's implied.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing.
Prime kind of resurfaces and is able to kind of regain his control, and so he's like, I can't do this. Lock me up.
Yeah,
put me away.
My weapons.
Just disable my weapons. Put me away.
Yeah.
No, before I lose control again.
Yeah.
And then it kind of cuts away.
Yeah. One thing, this is a callback to G1. There's an episode in season 2 of G1 where Megatron breaks into the Ark and installs a personality changer into the recharging stations in the Ark. and it turns a bunch of the Autobots evil. The episode is called Attack of the Autobots, I think, and the climax of that episode is Bumblebee trying to get Optimus Prime to remember who he is.
Huh.
Yeah, and to talk him down from this rage, and Optimus Prime is like, "Oh, Bumblebee, thank you," because that's the thing. There's that I've just got to say Nambla going on between
Oh God, dude.
between Optimus Prime and Bumblebee. Not in some kind of real inappropriate way, but there's this, like, I don't know, big brother, little brother, father son kind of, like, Cheetor's the only one that calls him Big Bot.
It goes back to basically the original setup of who Cheetor is.
Yeah,
the inexperienced.
He looks
private. He looks up to Optimus cannot do anything wrong.
And when something starts going wrong, it's like tearing Cheetor up inside.
Yeah, he freaks out. It's like, okay, mommy and daddy are fighting. I don't know what to do.
Is this my fault?
Daddy, yeah, basically.
He's pretty sure it's his fault.
So we fade out of that scene, and then we kind of cut back to Megatron real quick. And
and Scorponok is so happy, and
like,
he is.
I did you proud. I did everything that you asked for, Megatron.
He is.
Yeah, I stuck it to him, Megatron. And good.
He's not acted as weak and as supplicant as he usually is in this episode. He's in that scene. That's one thing that I noticed. Scorponok is proud of what he did. Megatron is proud of Scorponok. And it's, yes, and it's kind of it's good. You see, you get a sense of really high morale on the Darksyde.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
I mean, granted, this is only like morale that's being shared between Scorponok and Megatron because of the other.
But that's the leader and the second in command. So
that's
so
right.
this is the top tier of the Predicon leadership, being excited about the machinations that they have put into motion, and they are planning on a weak Optimus Primal leading a poorly staged raid on the Darksyde.
Well, I mean, even then, like, Megatron's like, oh, he'll come back and sniveling and everything, looking for this antidote and everything, and then we'll be able to take over the Maximals and rule over them. And,
that'll be the last battle of the Beast Wars.
Yes, and then cut back to, the Axalon, where Primal has been locked up.
Yep, he's in this cage and he's punching at it.
Yeah, he's punching at it and trying to fight out of this laser cage. Or whatever it may be.
Yep, laser cage thing.
Cage thing.
Topless laser cage.
Well, that makes it sound...
Okay, no, yeah, I guess so. Well, he can't get out.
No, yeah. Laser cage. And, the soul... the soul Maximal that's watching over him is...
Bumblebee.
Bumblebee.
Cheetor. Cheetor's there. He's that's like Kirk and Spock. No, not quite.
No.
Never mind.
I would say it's If I was going to make a likeness to that, I don't know.
Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker?
No.
No, I know.
No, because they're not equals.
No, I know. Yeah,
I don't know.
There's a level of affection there that we are led into. This is an intimate moment.
Is there any of the old Optimus left?
Yes, some.
Don't let it go, Big Bot. Don't let this thing tweak you out of control.
I think we could use this. I think we could do this to our advantage.
Use this to our advantage. Cut to Dinobot saying, cut to Rhinox saying, how do you think we could use this to our advantage?
Yeah.
And it's Dinobot who has come up with this.
And Dinobot's like, you know what? Let's do this. Let's max him out.
Yep. Let's give him some guns.
Let's gear him up.
Yep.
And we'll just let him loose.
Let him go. Let him go. Let's just do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's again, Dinobot gets his wish. Because Optimus Primal comes up, because, I was thinking that Optimus Primal's idea was going to be different than Dinobot's. I was thinking, like, oh, good, Optimus Primal has come to his senses, and he's going to have a plan that is similar to Dinobot's, but it's different. But no, it was the exact same plan.
And the funny thing is, like, in while this is going on, before Optimus Primal comes up and Cheetor brings him up, like, Rhinox and Rat Trap are like, no, no, dude. And he's like, why not? And he's like, because, and then Rhinox is like, because by the time he gets there, he'll be scrap. He's like, and Dinobot's like,
That's only a bad thing depending on your perspective. Yeah.
I have ulterior motives.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Dinobot's fine with that.
So then, Cheetor brings him up to the bridge or the conference room or whatever.
Yeah.
And then Prime's like, yeah, I could do this. Yeah!
Let's do that!
And then gets out of control with the celebration.
Does he shoot?
Yeah, he like
just shoots
puts his
for the heck
arms
of it?
up to like cheer, and his gun goes off.
Yeah, he's got his sword out, his shoulder cannons are out.
No, that's not even yet. Not yet.
What?
He goes up and he puts his arms up to like cheer, and then the gun goes off, sets off the alarm, and then that like infuriates him more.
Stupid slanging circuit systems! Shut up!
So then he spends the next like 5 minutes like shooting out sirens and lights and everything, and everyone in the council room is like, "Oh, jump on him! Get him to stop!" So everyone like dog piles on top of him, holds down his arms, holds down his guns, and then he like shakes loose and kicks them off. And then he pulls out his swords and his shoulder cannon. He's like, you want to stop me? Well, there's nothing that's going to stop me. I'm going to do this. They made me like this. It's time to repay them or say thank you.
Yeah.
And then he busts out and leaves.
But before he leaves, faceplate up.
Faceplate up.
Oh, man. When he put that faceplate up, I was like, yeah! Because that's the thing, man. Because like when you can see his mouth. When his mouth is moving through all those scenes, that makes him look more friendly, and that really does humanize him or something. It anthropomorphizes him in a way that makes him a friendly character that you're fine talking with him. It looks kind of silly because he doesn't have a nose, but he's got that mouth that's moving, but he's got lips, so he's likable. But then when you put that faceplate up, that evokes that like really mysterious Optimus Prime, G1 Prime look that is just so tough. And it's just a little bit more hard-edged than what we got in this series so far. It was just so cool. When his faceplate went up, I was just beside myself. I couldn't deal with how cool that was. Before that happened, though, when those sirens were going off, he's yelling, slagging this and slag that. I'll slag you. Just shut up. When he says shut up, it cuts to Cheetor, who almost puts his hand on his chest and goes, "Oh, I can't believe he said shut up." So Cheetor is like a traumatized child at this point.
Well, another thing is like, while all this is going on, and like Primal basically says, you know what? If you guys are gonna let your caution circuits override your something or other,
your courage or whatever,
yeah, then smelt you all.
Oh yeah. Oh jeez, the language.
Yeah,
the language.
Smelt this, slag you.
Who wrote this?
This was actually written by Greg Johnson.
Yeah, Greg Johnson must have been drinking with Bob Ford.
But yeah, I mean, honestly, like it
filthy
honestly,
dialogue.
Well, the dialogue, but like it's just absolutely sold. Absolutely
the
sold, and then
so
some
good.
with the acting. The voice acting is premium.
Yeah,
it's one we could say prime on this episode.
Prime.
But yeah, so he takes off, and the rest of the Maximals are saying, "Oh, okay, now what?
What are we gonna do? We're gonna have to go back him up."
Yeah,
that's the initial thing is I think
Cheetor.
Is it Cheetor?
Cheetor is like, we gotta go.
Oh, okay, yeah. So Cheetor's like, we gotta follow him.
And oddly enough, Dinobot's the one who's like, no.
Yeah, but they do this in a different. They do this in a cut because now they gotta go get prepared. So Dinobot and Cheetor are off to the side getting guns and Cheetor has a pile of spare butt guns.
And
there's two things that I noticed. I'm like, man, there's a lot of intestines in Cheetor's gun. And then I saw, like, how many butts does Cheetor have? There's, like, 3 of them at least.
Yeah, he wears them out,
I guess.
Metal seats. Lots,
yeah.
high friction.
Yeah.
But
then the Dinobot
Cheetor also has, like, a bandolier of grenades across his chest.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, so
what does he say? It's terrible. He says we need a little less brain and a little more guts. But when he says we need a little more guts, he's holding a grenade. But I was really hoping that he'd be holding up his butt gun with the intestines
one of the
hanging out. Yeah, one of his butt. Just anything with like
guns.
Oh, so gross.
Nice.
But Dinobot is all of a sudden saying, "Hey, look, since Optimus isn't thinking like Optimus, somebody needs to. So I'll try.
All right, hear me out. My first time.
Probably negotiate.
Question mark? And this is what I absolutely freaking love. So, they hatch the plan to contact the Predicons.
Darksyde, yeah.
And they're like, "Hey, you know that thing that you did? Well, it didn't work, and well, now he's on a rampage. Could you guys just like give us the stuff? Because like otherwise, it's gonna come and just kill you." Mm-hmm. And
Megatron. What is any Maximal foolish enough to come anywhere near the dark side will not survive or something like that. And I wrote Megatron out. He does say Megatron out. Mic drop.
Megatron out.
yeah,
Megatron's not going to negotiate with them.
No, he isn't. And this is the funny thing is like after that happens and Cheetor kind of goes, well. And then he pauses. He's like, well, that didn't work.
And it's all your fault. Now they know he's coming, and they're going to be prepared for him. And now did it bad. So now they've definitely got a fight on their hands.
Oh my gosh! Yeah. So they're like, okay, well, we better move out. We better move in. The rest of the Maximals go like, well, what happened? He fills them in, and then we cut to
the Darksyde, Darksyde, and they get the notice that the hull has been breached.
No,
there's three.
But you're missing like the best parts where we close in on Primal.
Yeah, and he's flying.
Closing in on the ship, and he starts shooting at the ship. Blows a huge hole in the hull.
Yeah, faceplate up.
Faceplate up. Starts shooting, blowing a hole in the hull. A hole in the hull. Mm-hmm. It was Black Arachnia that says there's hull damage or whatever in this sector, and then Megatron's go send
Tarantulas.
Go send Tarantulas. And here we have, my gosh, we have amazing scenes, beautifully shot,
awesome lighting. It's dark,
excellent direction,
super cool,
and probably a ton of Terminator 2 references.
Oh,
like this entire scene is like Terminator 2
Terminator,
all over the place. So like he busts in, Tarantulas goes and starts shooting at him or whatever.
He shoots one thing at him. He shoots at and Primal grabs catches his grappling hook.
He shoots his grappling hook at his face.
Yeah,
and Primal catches it and starts making his way towards Tarantulas, and Tarantulas just opens up on him.
Yeah,
with
the leg machine guns. Yeah,
and you while he's like charging towards Tarantulas, like Prime is just getting shot. Prime doesn't care.
Yep. Yeah, I have written down Optimus Honey Badger.
Nice. Yeah, he's getting shot all over the face, all over the body. You see particle effects. You see things like chunks being flying off of his body, just charging at Tarantulas. And then when he gets to Tarantulas, he grabs him and shoves him up against the wall.
Yeah. You know what this is? This is this. Okay, I guess you could go Terminator 2 with it. I was thinking Halloween. Michael Myers in the kitchen with a teenager on the fridge. He lifts him up and just looks at him and impales him and leaves him hanging on the wall.
Okay.
That's because that's what Optimus does.
Yeah, well, I mean,
this was gruesome because
oh my gosh,
because like you're just looking at Tarantulas' face and you hear the bug crunching noise of his grappling hook going through his stomach.
That. Yes, that happens, but right before that, like Prime throws him against the wall. There's a shot of Prime pulling up the grappling hook, and you see the pointed end, the shaft of this grappling hook. And you see it in front of Tarantulas' face, and he pulls it down. You see the tip go down, and Tarantulas looks down, and the shot isn't on.
It stays on his face.
Yeah, it stays on his face. It's like head and shoulders, and then that's when he shoves it in, and then you see this jerk. You hear the crunch, and then it cuts to an outside scene where all of a sudden Tarantulas kind of slumps over,
and he's hanging on the wall,
pinned to the freaking wall with his own weapon. It's like, oh my god,
so good.
Yeah, like it's just amazing. Like I couldn't believe like all this stuff.
Yeah,
it was
brutal.
Great.
Yeah, that was brutal. Next up is Waspinator.
Yeah, poor Waspinator.
Waspinator gets sent in. Waspinator's excited about it at first. Waspinator, get him. Waspinator, get him.
Poor guy.
Yeah, but he's scared immediately because he can't tell where the where the footfalls are coming from.
Yeah. It's
Because
very eerie,
it could be either side of this real dark dark hallway, and he's trying to look back and forth and see where it's going to come from, and then Freddy Krueger coming through the wall.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, goes ahead and busts through the wall, grabs him, and pulls him through.
Yep. Possibly even Phantasm, but either way, comes through the wall and pulls Waspinator through I don't know how many walls.
It was probably like, I don't know.
Might have been 2.
Maybe 2.
Either that or it was just the recycled footage to just emphasize the action of the scene.
Hey, just in case if you didn't catch it, we did this. We pulled him through a wall.
Do we see what happens to him, or does he just like it cuts away?
I think it cuts away.
Cuts away to the big fight outside of the Darksyde?
Yeah, everyone... Which I don't understand, because, like, you know, I understand that the Maximals are approaching on the base.
Yeah.
But, like, Megatron knows that Primal is in the base, and he's sending all these people out, and obviously they're not responding.
You can't fight the war on... You can't focus all your energy on one front of the war. You're going to get taken up from behind.
True.
You know, if they just focus on Optimus Primal on the inside, if everybody there is doing that, then the four other Maximals are going to just walk right in the front door and do the work of one Optimus.
Why wouldn't they call it Tigertron?
Too busy. This all happened way too fast.
He was busy,
Yeah.
you know, with his tiger lady friend?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll roll out. But yeah, so there's a big fight outside. Everything's still going on inside. Then we have Optimus Prime basically meeting up with Megatron.
Oh, yeah.
And Megatron's thinking, oh, he's going to be a pushover.
And now Primal is like, he's fading.
Yeah.
He's finally
it's
starting, like, the virus is really doing some damage. This bug on his
he
chest.
spent the majority of this time in bot form. He was outside dealing with the Energon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's running low.
His system's taxed. So Megatron's like, oh, yes, you would submit to me and all this other stuff.
Yeah, I'll give you the antivirus. I'll
Yeah.
give you the antivirus if you, in exchange for your allegiance.
Yeah.
Yeah, join me.
And Primal's like, no, bro. He's like, all right, you want this? You know what? I want this to end too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So then he rips off the housefly bot.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Cyber Bee.
Cyber housefly. And basically throws it at Megatron.
Yep.
Which, call back to the first scene.
Now who's got something stuck to him?
It implants itself at the base of his skull, and he can't do anything.
He can't do it because he's got all these itty-bitty arms.
Yeah.
Get it off!
Yep.
So Prime starts fading. Megatron freaks out.
And he's yelling for Scorponok. Scorponok!
Skinner!
Get the thing off of me! Get the thing off of me! And now before this, Cheetor had gotten sent in because they had enough firepower, because this was just Pterosaur and Black Arachnia outside.
Yeah, the whole lot.
three on, whatever, three or
2.
4 on 2. And Cheetor gets sent in to go see if he can find Big Bot. Gotta find Big Bot!
So he runs in. Megatron, of course, drops
through
the
antivirus stick.
and he runs off to go find Scorponok. At this point, we see Prime starting to fail. Mm-hmm. Because, like, he ripped basically the thing
the thing that was his half of his life support system off.
And, Cheetor grabs it, catches it, jabs Prime
Not
with
yet.
it. No?
No, not yet. Not before the first ever reference to the Spark.
Spark.
This is the first reference.
Okay.
And Optimus Primal says, my spark is fading. He will die. I just looked this up, and that's why I got so excited. And in 5 weeks of Dale and Eric time, we are going to witness the birth of something that was such a good invention. It has been carried into every Transformers franchise since,
including the movies.
Yeah, the Spark was invented by Beast Wars.
Nice.
Thanks, and you're welcome.
I was not aware of that.
I wasn't either. I learned it in the bathroom in between the episodes. I was like, "Oh man, this is fantastic!" So he makes this passing reference to his spark fading, which we can all pretty much infer. It's like, oh no, he's going
gonna
to die. And then Cheetor stabs him in the chest with the antivirus, and then he wakes up back at home, right?
Well, not quite. He's like, okay, thank you.
That's right.
He's like, all right, let's get out of here. And then they start leaving. The Maximals see that they're out on the way out, and they're like, okay, all right, let's fade. Let's get out of here. So they all start leaving, and then we have Megatron like finally meeting up with Scorponok. Like, get this thing off of me! Get this thing off of me! And then Scorponok pulls it off of him. And then they explode.
Yep, and the Darksyde explodes.
Yeah, like
the freaking base explodes.
Yeah, it's huge explosion, like massive amount of debris pouring out of the dark side. And I mean, it's they had to have been dead, man. Like, I mean, in bits of Megatron,
in bits and pieces,
bits of Megatron, bits of Scorponok. But at the very end, like I had the. Scorponok loves Megatron.
Yep,
I love you, sir. That type of thing.
Yeah,
I've always loved you. With reference to Blues Brothers and Halo and all these other different amazing works of art. And then it fades out, and then we fade back into the
to Optimus Primal waking up in his hospital bed. Not in a maximal torture chamber.
No, not in a maximal torture chamber, but with Dinobot at his side.
Watch, standing vigil, bedside vigil. That's not like you, Dinobot.
Nah, it's just my shift.
Yeah, Dinobot heart Optimus.
Secretly, shut up. But yeah, and he's like, it's good to have you back, and then Optimus Primal's like, back home or back to normal or back home, and then Dinobot's like, maybe both. And then we kind of fade out, and then there's
not before Optimus Primal notices that there's a flower at his bedside.
The same flower from earlier in the episode,
or inferred. A flower, yeah.
The same type of flower.
Whatever. Yeah, Dinobot got him that flower.
He did.
Nobody else was having that experience with Optimus.
Yeah, and there was inferred like a newfound respect that Dinobot had for Optimus and everything that happened, and yeah, I mean.
So we have an episode about identity, like seriously, it's like you we've talked about it before. Optimus Primal he's supposed to be the captain of an exploratory mission. He's not supposed to be leading battle.
Yeah.
And we might think, oh man, you know what? Maybe we should have somebody like Dinobot in charge or something like that. I mean, not necessarily. I mean, we have an Optimus Prime-ish character in the lead role, so we're not going to question the series or the setup.
I mean, but
it's a fight that they have amongst themselves because they're not outside thinking about it.
Well, I mean, but that's the thing. I think what I kind of took from this episode is not only that there's an identity there, but at the same time, this episode takes the opportunity to show to the audience that Optimus Primal, outside of the obvious name reference, and he is the leader, and that's why he has the Prime name, or the Prime variant name, is able to lead. He has the ability to do more, but is reserved and cautious in his decisions.
Yeah, it's about wisdom.
Yeah, it's about wisdom. And I appreciated that. Like, I mean, with this episode and building of the character of Prime, he isn't just the, no, wait, guys. He's not that.
Yeah,
no, he has a darker side.
Not
he has
a
something.
Party pooper.
Yeah, I mean, he can kick butt. He can hold his own. And he does have his own demons that he fights, and he's able to keep that under control and utilize that in the best way possible in the way that he does.
And way down deep, he is more hardcore than Dinobot.
Yeah.
So hardcore that Dinobot's like, no, hang on here. Let somebody be reasonable.
Yeah. Whoa, Prime. Oh, you're kind of scaring me, bro.
He wanted a new Prime, but this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
But that was a killer episode. Is this the end of the Beast Wars? Well, of course not. But but I think that's where we're going to pick up next week.
Absolutely.
And that I'm really, really excited about that because the next episode is, I think, starting with the premise that the Maximals have won. They have destroyed the Darksyde, and we've put an end to the Beast Wars. So let's see how that shapes up next week. But until then, I've been Dale.
I've been Eric.
And this has been the Transformers Beast Wars podcast,
Which you can find at optimusprimecast.com.
We'll see you next week. High five.